I only do one take.
I don't know what's so funny. This is awkward. As soon as the camera turns on, it's awkward. Hey everyone, Necrovarius here. I am joined with my cousin and good friend Slavis. Say hello.
Yo.
We recently just got back from VidCon, and I think we both agreed to do a little video supplement on what our reactions were to our first time at VidCon. So we have a bunch of questions we're going to ask and go through our answers. So let us get started.
So we came up with 6 questions. We might come up with more during this. We decided we had 5 questions. We decided to go to 6 questions so we could roll a 6-sided dice because we're nerds and roll into the questions. Did you get that? Roll into the questions.
Just kill yourself. There's a 1.
Nice.
Well, we're going in order already. This is
like
fantastic. The first question we came up with was, what was your favorite food? And I will let Slavis start this one out. I rolled the dice.
That's easy. The very first food truck that we went to, which was the closest one to the convention hall, which was awesome. It was Tasty Spoon?
It was the Tasty Spoon. It was the dude who won the Chopped show on the Food Network.
Yeah, I can't.
Chef, I have a picture here.
Okay. It was a lobster, crab, and
brie. Lobster, crab, and brie sandwich, I think, wasn't it?
It was really good. It was a panini, I believe.
I think it just said sandwich, didn't it?
Yeah, I think it was. Oh, it was really good.
I really don't
I almost went back and had seconds.
As far as what my favorite food was, is I've never had this food before. It's a Middle Eastern dish. I don't remember the falafel-tastic, whatever it was called. It was a food truck that made falafels and like Middle Eastern cuisine, and I had the noon mi or however you pronounce it, which was a falafel, which is chickpeas ground up into like a ball and like deep fried, so it's crunchy and stuff. But it had cilantro and jalapeno, so it had the bite and it had the cilantro as well. That was my personal favorite.
When you came around with that, I thought it was going to be really messy, but it held up pretty well.
Yeah, there was a hole in the side of if you guys know what a pita is, it's like a piece of bread that's like split down the middle like this, except it's closed, but there was a slit on the backside and everything was starting to fall out. But yeah, it was really good. It was really good.
It reminded me of like Smucker's Uncrustables, not sponsored. You know, like it was like a Hot Pocket, not sponsored. Or
no, but if it was a Hot Pocket, it'd be cold. It'd be icy cold, like on the outside, and like molten cake lava on the inside.
Other way around.
All right, next question.
Okay, 5.
So the question, roll number 5. Favorite moment. This one's easy. So, to whom I'm about to speak about, I'm sorry for being a dumb fanboy, even though I had no idea who you were. So we're walking out of the convention hall, and were we going to a panel?
Yeah.
It was the last panel of the day, the last day of VidCon, before the Disney day.
Right.
And we were on the main floor, and we just walked out, and I looked to my right, and there's this guy walked by, and he has this really long hair with a red streak in it, and I'm like, I stop, and I'm like, that's that guy. And for those guys who don't know, his name is David P. Brown. Is that what it is? David P. Brown, also known as Boy in a Band, which I didn't know previously. Sorry about that. But I saw that. I'm like, no way. Because me and my buddy Musashiden watched his video with Rob Scallion where they make like this metal song. And he's told to like growl low like a sink. And at one shot, he just holds the microphone above the sink while water's draining out of it. And it makes the same noise, which I thought was hilarious. So I abandoned Slavis and Bakio and booked ass towards him and like tapped him on the shoulder. He turned around and I'm like, oh my god, you're the guy. And he goes, yeah, I'm the guy. And like total fanboy moment. Had no idea what I was talking about. Got a picture with him. And
actually, you got a video with him.
I got a video with him. I felt so stupid. I go back to Slavis and Bakio. I'm like, check it out. And I'm like, oh, it's a video. So then I had to like pull my stupid pen out and like select the screen and make it into a picture, and then that was the highlight of that. So again, sorry I didn't know who you were at the time, but now I know who you are, so if I ever meet you again, I'll address you appropriately. Future editing, Necro, don't cut this, just keep going. Time lapse from chugging water. How many milliliters was that?
Oh, I don't know.
A lot.
I feel I feel hydrated.
So what was your favorite moment?
I was too focused on the water to think. Okay. All right. My favorite moment. It was the $1 million butt event.
Oh, I forgot about that already.
That whole thing, I was just nonstop laughing.
That was a good panel.
Yeah, I really loved it. Bakya loved it. That was probably his favorite.
Oh my gosh. Markiplier did. I think Markiplier was all the fangirls were there for Markiplier, but he really toned himself down in all these and let the other people.
To a point, yeah.
Yeah, like he was still in it, but like Freddie Wong and everybody else got their own like stint in it as well.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just all about Markiplier because everybody knows he was probably one of the biggest people there. I think,
if not the biggest.
Yeah, well, at least that we know of. There's a lot of like makeup people and stuff like that there as well, beauty channels, stuff like that we don't watch.
Yeah, we're gaming channels. We just basically know gaming people.
Subscribe.
So basically, it was Markiplier, Freddie Wong, iJustine, Gavin Free, Bernie Burns.
Oh god, there was one more.
There was Philip DeFranco.
Philip DeFranco. We forgot him just like Bernie did.
Yeah, so they called out everybody in order. Philip DeFranco was last, but they didn't call him out, and they just started like saying how they were going to play. And then Bernie Burns was like, "All right, I'm going to go find somebody to give us questions." And everyone's like, "Wait, hold on, you're missing somebody." So they missed Philip DeFranco. It'll probably be posted online somewhere.
It was funny.
Not by me. I didn't record it. I was just living in the moment. I think that was definitely my favorite.
That was your highlight?
Yeah.
Good. I'll agree with that as well. That was good.
So it was everybody there, but Bernie Burns was wandering around trying to find people in the audience that would give examples of things. Don't touch me. I also have a personal space.
Oh god, not the bottle, no. Favorite unheard of creator. Can you explain that question?
Okay, so this is who we thought was the best out of the people that we had never heard of before going to VidCon.
I knew the people that I wanted to go to. So I knew Swoozie, I knew Bernie Burns, I knew Funhouse. I knew everyone else. The one person I didn't really watch or follow or anything was the panel we went to where it was separating your YouTube life from your real life. And the main person there was Boogie 2988.
Yep.
I was right. I remembered it.
Yeah.
Right here. So I don't know much about Boogie. I have no idea. All I know is this Francis character from the World of Warcraft video. Where was that him? Where he got locked out of the account and he just destroyed his computer?
I think so, yeah.
Because it was a Clan's bank manager, vice president, CEO. Boogie was really cool. I figured I'd go there. I know Slavis wanted to go there, and plus it was a really interesting topic. But the way he explained stuff and the way he was really down to earth kind of opened up my eyes towards him. So he was my favorite, most unheard of creator.
So there was this one guy.
He kept kicking my ass.
So I would say the person who I enjoyed listening to, who I'd never heard of before, was Freddie Wong. And that was... And the only time I saw him was during the $1 million butt challenge. But he was extremely funny.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He didn't say much, but when he did, he made it a point to be funny.
He was very charismatic.
So the last question, obviously...
Do we have to roll for it?
No, we don't. We're going to take a nat 20 on that one.
Nat 4?
We got to connect 4. So the last question, I think this is actually the best one to end with. What was the most disappointing panel that you went to?
Let's end this on a low note.
We can always come up with more questions as well.
And I answered the last one first.
Yes, you did. So this would be mine. What was the most disappointing panel? Don't hate me. Me? I love you all. Don't hate me for this.
Who's not supposed to hate them? Me?
The man, the myth, the legend, Swoozie.
Oh.
So,
yep.
I was a fan of Swoozie from when he did his Disney employee videos, where he talked about how he was a Disney employee and the adventures that he went on and things that happened. So he had a Q&A on one of the 4 quad stages over by the YouTube arena. If anybody was there, you know where it was. And he had a moderator, Alex or Adam? I had no idea who he was.
Alex.
And it was an interview for Swoozie, not for the other kid. But all the fangirls were there asking the one kid, Alex, questions and getting hugs and stuff. And don't get me wrong, they put on a good show. They did good interaction. They did a push-up contest, and that was fine and dandy. But I wanted more Swoozie. That's what I went there for. I wanted to learn more about him. And the questions were really, superficial. What's your favorite food, or this or that? Like, you don't always get the interaction to talk to people like this. You don't always get the interaction on Twitter where people answer you and stuff. So these superficial questions, I feel, and maybe just because I'm not a fangirl, it gets to me. But, I wanted to know more about the man. You can see him in a video. You can see what he looks like on the front. You know that, he likes Chipotle. He likes this thing. He likes this thing. But, get to know the guy a little bit more, maybe. Disappointing? Yes. Was it still good? Yes. Was it bad? No. But it wasn't up to my expectations.
To follow up on that, I think the problem with that, the reason that those questions were being asked was because of the age of the people asking the question.
Yeah.
Nothing against children or anything. Just
no. Screw children. No, you're right. It was the age. And I mean, God, being as old as I am, in 28, whatever I am, maybe I was expecting too much of it. Maybe I set my expectation levels way too high.
Yeah.
So it should have been expected, because as soon as I said the name, you go deaf from all the girls screaming in your ear. That should have been the number one clue that this was not going to be what I thought it was going to be.
One thing that I did like about that panel and other panels that were happening was the use of Twitter to ask questions.
Yes, good job on them for using that platform.
Yes. And then everybody said, so the people using the panel, doing the panel, at the panel, on the stage on the panel.
Good.
They would say, tweet your questions to me and blah, 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 blah. And then 90% of the questions were, can I get a picture? Or
can I get a hug?
Can I get an autograph? That's
yeah.
not a question. It's a question. It's not what they're there for.
Yeah. You could see them for a while, like scrolling through the phone.
That was kind of annoying. But again, the age of the people that were there.
Yeah.
I go? I did have this lined up. I did.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember what. Actually, I'm just going to have to go with the mechanics of running a gaming channel.
Why? You were excited for that one.
I was excited. And this is why it was the most disappointing, was because everything they covered was stuff that I knew.
So what about them? Okay, so I don't know what the term is for it, but what about, what the heck is it called? When, like, you think something but you're not sure, and then somebody comes by and says, yes, it is therefore blanking your initial thought. It is
reinforcing?
Yes. What about the reinforcement of, I already knew this, but now that I've heard it from the professional's mouth, it makes that much more sense?
Well, see, the thing about that is, while I was starting up a gaming channel, and before I had even started it, I would look for tips like that.
Okay.
And I would attempt to seek them from people that were already, accomplished in that aspect. So I had already heard it from people like that. So okay. the fact that, do the content you would watch rather than do what you think people would watch. That was something, if you watch my content, that's something I do. I play the games I want to play. And
that's legit. Like, I have literally told him, you should play this game. And he says, no, I'm going to play this game that's 20 years old right now.
Yeah.
Like, it's no joke.
Right.
It's absolutely true.
Yeah. So I think that was a good tip. And that might take some of the oversaturated gaming content out of that aspect. But, I was expecting a little bit more advanced tips and stuff like that.
Like what? Like what did you want to hear out of that? For me, it would have been, if you don't mind.
No, go ahead.
So for me on that one, because you're right, that was a disappointment. It was still good to hear it, but on that one, I would have wanted to hear more about scheduling. If any of you know me, I'm terrible at time management. In fact, by the time this video goes up, it's probably been 2 or 3 weeks since I posted my last video.
This is for VidCon 2017, by the way, not 2018.
You just had to go there. You just had to go there. Okay. So
time management.
Time management is my all-time bane of my existence. I cannot get past that. And yes, I've gone through VidCon. Wow, I can't talk. I've been through VidCon and I'm on fire now to make videos, which is kind of why we're recording this.
Yeah.
But time management. I want to hear about scheduling. Like, how do you do it? How does this happen? What about this factor? What about that factor? You know, things like that. What were you expecting here from it?
Just some of the things that, like, I can't give an example of what I would wanted to hear about because the things I want to hear are the things that I wouldn't even think of.
Okay.
You know, like they give a tip and you're like, oh, I didn't even know that was a thing. That's the stuff I wanted to hear.
So if they said press the record button,
yeah, or talk directly into the microphone.
Is it plugged in?
Is it plugged in? Yeah. Stuff that you just don't think of. Is your
Yeah.
computer on? Are you in front of your computer?
Do you have a computer?
Are you playing a game?
So that is our video supplement for VidCon 2017, how we felt, the best and the worst, what we thought. I hope you enjoyed it. Slavis, did you enjoy it?
Yes.
Okay. So thank you all for following. Don't forget to leave a like, maybe a comment down below with what your feelings were. I would love to know. I'm a small channel. I'd be more than happy to answer all your comments. And don't forget, if you do want to see more gaming or more video logs, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. We will see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Also, I'll leave a link down below to Slavis.
Thank you.
Okay.
Good.
Good. You want me to hit the stop button?
VidCon 2018. Tickets are on sale now.
Not sponsored.
They actually are on sale now.
But not sponsored.